All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here I have a video titled 40 and Alone. My biggest regret is not starting a family. I'm actually super excited to watch this because this is something that a lot of guys don't talk about, but I know deep down a lot of men regret. So let's go ahead and jump right in. This video is going to be at 1.25 speed, just so you guys know.
You're not single anymore, shit. Huh? You're not single anymore.
I'm single.
You're not.
Yeah. No one could claim me. Wiz, no one could claim me. No one could claim me. Bro, I'm single. Single. Like where you lot go tumbleweed rolls through the house. How about you, Gabriel? How's your day?
How about you?
How's your day in life? At 40.
It is a little too fast. I don't know about you guys. I feel like it's a little too fast. So I'm going to go back to normal and then we'll just continue from here.
Next week.
It's actually not nice. I think I would have hoped that I would have been married by now. No, even though I'm against marriage, I would have thought I'd have been in a family home with a wife, or even if not a wife, just a family. I've actually been dead serious. That's the part where I'm a bit disappointed in myself. I think by now I should have been in a family,
That's the
settled
part.
down, you know, little wife
That's the game.
things. No, I'm being genuine.
No.
I didn't feel that I've definitely slacked on that part. I think I've definitely.
We focus more on the grind and that we let everything else go by.
Yeah, it's not good. And I said, I've always been the one to say I've self-sabotaged when it comes to that.
And that's something that I think a lot of guys don't talk about. It's something that you have to be very careful if you are listening to other men, especially in the manosphere, because they'll put these ideas in your head to where, well, it's okay, man, or it's okay, men. You can wait till you're 40. You can wait till you're 45, 50. It's never too late. I can almost guarantee with absolute certainty that if we scroll down on this video, it's going to be somebody in the comments that says something like, oh, bro, it's not too late. And listen, however you guys may feel about this video is dedicated to guys who want families, okay? And so let's just do some simple math here. If you are 40 years old and you're like, you know what, this is the year I decide I'm going to have a family. Well, the average life expectancy is what, 76? So that means if you were to start now, if he were to start now at 40, the oldest that he's going to see his child is 36 years. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't see a lot of people who have their lives completely together at 36. Who would want to not see their child grow and be successful in their own right? I know I wouldn't. And so again, we're just going off of average here, okay? That's if everything goes right. You know what I'm saying? On average, you have 76. And so your child's going to be 36. I want to see my child older than that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them have a family. I want to see my grandkids. So that means that if your child is following in your footsteps, being 40 and starting a family, you're never meeting your grandkids. You see what I'm saying? It's like, listen, I completely understand when you tell guys like, hey, your prime is like 40, 45, these things. I can understand why you would say that, but let's be honest. Let's keep it real here. If we're doing simple math, bro, the time to start a family, late 20s, early 30s. Now listen, I already know what's going to happen saying things like this. There's going to be a bunch of guys who want to put in the comment section and say things like, oh, you can't start a family because of this or that, or there's the women, the country, the economics, whatever, bro. Listen, we're men, which means we're problem solvers. So any excuse that you're giving me, I'm already thinking of multiple solutions and taking action on it, because I'm not allowing these excuses to stop me from from getting the thing that I ultimately want. And I hope that as a man who is driven, that you would also feel the same way. Let me stop yapping.
I'm the problem. Generally speaking, some of them are wankers, but I'll say that generally speaking, if you're going to put on a scale of like percentage, and I want it to be as biased as possible, I say it's 51% my fault, 49% their fault, but it's probably wider than that. It's probably like maybe 80%.
80% your
80% my fault, 20% their fault.
Yeah.
Definitely, because one thing I've learned of all of my friends who've got girlfriends or partners or wives is that they say, Gabriel, the things you moan about, most, if not all women are going to moan about. So pick your poison. Like those things that our wives do the same thing. So if you're going to leave her because of that, you're going to leave every woman. So just accept it. So I think that's the only thing I would say that I wished that I would have been in at my age now, is in a family. Like, I've got my woman, my kids. I'm doing family trips. You know, that's to me is the height of growing up as a man, responsibility. And I think when you don't have the responsibility, it's my own opinion. I think you're missing a big part of being whatever a man is, in my opinion.
And that's facts, bro. And that's something that I think really needs to be talked about. Is you'll talk to a lot of guys, and a lot of guys are essentially, listen, they're essentially like women when they're like, "Hey, I don't want to get married unless I'm getting to like this perfect woman." You know what I'm saying? My soulmate, my twin flame, my whatever. What else do they call it? Whatever it is, like I'm not gonna marry till I meet the one. It's like, and again, I got to be honest with you guys because this is a very serious topic. It's like, bro, grow up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you that's the same mentality that middle school and high school women have. You know what I'm saying? I'm finding my soulmate. I'm finding the one. Bro, we're starting families. You know what I'm saying? This marriage is not about I love this person so much, let's be together forever. Like again, grow up. Now again, this video is for guys who want families, not somebody who doesn't want kids. They just want to chill with their wife or a girl, whatever. You guys can do whatever. I'm talking about guys who want families. You got to understand, like, of course you want to pick a wife that's for you, but if you're expecting this girl to be 100% ready, 100% prepared, just 100% tailored to you, and you're not gonna have to put any work in on her, it's like, bro, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we really honestly talking about? It's like the best that you can do is finding a woman who wants to be a housewife, or a wife that fits your vision, and who wants to be a mother. And then hopefully she has great qualities that display both, or she has the mentality that's like, I want to do this and I'm going to work on it. You know what I'm saying? And of course, she follows your leadership if you're that type of guy with that relationship. But that's one of the things that I'm glad he mentioned, that it's like guys are waiting on like this perfect girl, and it's like, yeah, that's the same thing as these women talking about, well, I'm not going to settle unless I get the 6'4", $250,000 a year. I'm the only girl that he could sleep with, and she's like 34. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. There has to be a point in your life to where we start to look at things like an adult. And the adult is like, bro, looking for the one. It's like, bro, listen to how you sound.
And I think it's responsibility that makes you a man. And that's why I always say that when I look at my friends like Prince, I don't know I don't know the ins of his relationship, but what I can say is that he's a family man. Like he's a family man. And I don't think I can give any more respect than someone who runs a family. So I think that's the part where I think I've shaken myself a bit, because just being a bachelor, that's for kids, man. In my opinion, I think you can be a bachelor after you've had kids. So let's say you've had your kids and family and it all goes tits up, and then you're now 55 or 60 living your life. Live your life. I think you've got to have done it. And I think that's where I would hands up and say, I put a mirror to my face and say, all this stuff you're doing, Gabriel, is great, but grow up, please.
Facts. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, listen, if the goals and aspiration, and again, I want to make this clear, I'm talking to guys who want families. All right, you want to go be a bachelor, bro, go be a bachelor. You don't want kids, bro, that's fine. I'm talking to guys who want family. I want this to be a wake-up call. It's like, he's talking about, bro, being a bachelor is like for kids, and I thought about that as well. It's like, bro, if you still have the same dating goals, like your dating aspirations, your lifestyle aspirations appeals to the average 16-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, bro, that should be an issue for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the same lifestyle goals as the 16-year-old, as the 18-year-old. That doesn't seem childish to you. Like, it's like a point where it's like, and again, this doesn't come from nowhere. These are my own thoughts, but it's also me looking at all these guys who are older guys who never had families, who are living like a playerish bachelor lifestyle. I'm like, bro, doesn't that get old? Like, listen, hoes is cool. Listen, I like a good hoe much than the next guy. But again, it's like, bro, at the end of the day, she's always going to be that. You know what I'm saying? And there's usually never any love there. And if you keep doing the things that you're doing, because, some guys aren't following code where they're wrapping it up every time. No, they're not. Let's be honest. We're men. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that. So eventually something's going to catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? And now you have a child with somebody who you deemed as a 304. And that's like the worst scenario. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's like that. It's just one of those things where I look at and I'm like, nah, man. I see some guys and they tried the marriage thing, they have kids, and things went wrong, like he said. And then after that, I see these guys all the time. They go like to the Philippines, or that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You already went through that process. You already making sure your kids are good and all that. But for guys who skip that whole thing when they wanted a family, you know what I'm saying? That's where it's like, bro, we need to look ourselves in the mirror and ask, what are we doing?
That's interesting. Because I imagine like
I think, right.
you'd have to move pretty quickly.
Yeah,
He's gonna get married and have kids and all that stuff now.
It's a bit like, when you get someone who just keeps going to education and never gets a job because they don't want the responsibility of working. So they always do degrees, that degree, that degree, that degree, because they don't want a job. So it's just like me, for instance, you keep putting it off with some other excuse. You always find an excuse. Oh, I need to make more money. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that. Bro, it will work. And the reality is, if you really want it, you'll make it work. I think so. And if you're, I know we keep saying if you're the right woman, if you're with the right woman, she'll make it work with you too. I think so. I've not been in love like that to make these claims, but I think so, man. You can't be.
And that's true, man. It's like just finding the right girl who wants the same things as well. We're not looking for the perfect woman. We're just looking for a woman who wants the same thing, who actually is willing to put in that work to make it happen. A lot of guys will tell you that, like, half of marriages are failing, right? They fail. And it's like, bro, if you've talked to the percentage of marriages that are failing or failed, you will realize these are two people who are severely underdeveloped emotionally, relationshiply, underdeveloped in forming and maintaining relationships, underdeveloped in communication, underdeveloped in emotional intelligence, underdeveloped financially. It's like, listen, and again, I know having these type of conversations is rare, but I have them. And it's like, I ask, like, like, what was if I'm talking to a woman or talking to a man, I'm like, what was the initial plan for your family? And they look at me every time, bro. They look at me confused. And I think to myself, I don't say this out loud. I think to myself, you went into a marriage, you were in a relationship, and you guys didn't have some type of plan. You guys weren't working on anything. You guys weren't chasing things together. What the form, basically your relationship was just, and excuse my French here, raw sex and food. You know what I'm saying? That's literally just that sums up your relationship right there. It's like, bro, again, we have to grow up mentally. It's like there has to be something you guys are chasing together as either husband and wife or a family. What are we working on? Who are we helping? What are we doing for the community? Like, this is like grown man stuff, but what I see is I see a bunch of people who want to go into these different communities and societies and do nothing but sleep with 304s. And it's like, bro, listen, again, you can do what you want, but let's not pretend that the only reason you're even able to do that is because of men who want families. You understand what I'm saying? The only reason you're even able to have this freedom is because there is a family somewhere who gets up and gets it done. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of those guys don't get the respect that they deserve, and the women too. Let's be honest, the women and the kids too, who uphold the community that they live in, that they're trying to make it a better place. They don't get the respect that they deserve, and everybody likes to rag on them, but will be the same people who want to live in that type of society. You know what I mean?
I can't be 14 just doing bachelor. I just don't think it's, even like when man's going out now, man's saying, the raves are too young. No, you're too old. The raves are not too young. You're old. Like, if every rave you go to, you keep saying it's too young. It's not young. You're old. Go to the rave with your girl. or go like.
That's why.
That's it. We're just too old.
Some of the places where the man they mentioned, you know my opinion straight away. I'm
We're
like,
too
nope,
old.
I'm not involved.
Just be honest. We're too old. It's not like you can't like. The other day, one of my mates was saying that. Imagine a flyer was put in the group for an event. He said his son has sent him the same flyer to say this is where he wants to go.
No chance.
The flyer went in the group, and my mate said, "Hold on a minute." He then sent a screenshot of what his son said. It was the same flyer. His son's 18, 19. We're both contemplating going to the same place.
And again, bro, I seen them all the time when I was into the club heavy. What was that, like 5-6 years ago? There's always like the older guy in the club. And it's like, bro, and I used to look at him like, bro, like nobody's like, oh my God, this guy's here. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's like that. Like we're all 22, 23, 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? And here, like this guy it's I've always like I don't want to be that guy. And I don't even think he wants to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? And so this is facts, bro. It's like if you're going to a place and you walk in and everybody looks like significantly younger than you, I think you're at the wrong spot, bro.
As a chaperone?
No, he's going to. We're too old. And I said that we're meant to be doing family stuff now. That's what it's all about. What else is it all about? All this stuff you're doing for what? And when you brag about, we've all like, and I don't hate using the word smashed or beat, whatever. We've all sex girls. Like it's not. We've all done it. Show me the one that you can keep. We've all done it. It's not. It's just okay. Well done. Like, oh yeah, she's buff. Okay, well done.
You don't get no medals for that shit.
Like, come on, like, don't get me wrong. You pat a man on the back.
You said
like,
that with anger.
Well, it's the truth. It's the truth. What do you want to do?
Bro, it's like
Keep one now.
Like,
Keep
you
one.
see that when you get older, yeah.
Yeah.
There's little things like, alright, so back in the day, when I had my first car, then I remember like 06, I had my first car, I would drive far. Then even when I didn't have my car for a bit, for like 6 years when I wasn't driving, bro, I would teleport from my house to like Harrow to link a girl. Now, you think you can get me to Streatham from here? There's no purpose.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't even come out my house. I'll get the bird call. I'll look at my phone and I'll be like, what am I gonna do now, man? You want me to get in my tracksuit, jump in my car, busting up, then drive back and be having like, what do you call it, man?
That drive home is.
PNS.
Yeah, I'm like, post not clarity.
Oh, PNC.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd rather not. You know what I mean? Like now.
Alright, so when you have the post nut clarity, so that drive home now,
Yeah.
what are you thinking about?
Huh?
What are the thoughts that are going through your mind when you're driving back home?
I got to be up early in the morning. I should be asleep. Yeah. but when you're younger, you don't need no sleep. You get what I'm saying? When you're younger, he would tell you car from warehouse days. We'll be out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll be back in work 10 in the morning. But in between the time we were out, you're probably gonna link.
We would be in at 12 still.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Bro, that's facts. It's like the older you get, you just kind of, what is that, like a cost analysis? And again, I think about this all the time. It's like you'll do something that lasts till 12, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. And the first thing you think about is like, yeah, like tomorrow was done. It's not even like I'm going to be so out of whack. The rest of my week is like done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like to the point now when I was like 18, 19, 20, bro, all-nighters were nothing. I would pull all-nighters, get up, go to work like next morning. Of course, I'd be tired, but bro, I'd recover quick, easy. It would just take me a nap and I'm good. Now, bro, it'd throw my whole week off. It take me a whole week just to recalibrate back to how I'm feeling now. It's just one of those things that happens as you get older. And that's one of the things that people don't talk about is getting older. I feel the difference now versus when I was 22, 23, 24, right? For me, the transition happened around 25 where I started to realize like, wait a minute, I'm starting to care about different things that I used to not care about. My body's acting differently. It's not recovering as fast, right? There's a lot of things that I have to focus on. It's like, again, it's like even your body is transitioning to being like a family man. And again, nobody's saying that you have to have a family, but most guys that are players, if they would trade all of their hoes if they had a good girl. every single time, bro.
It was different.
Yeah, it was, yeah. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you've done a whole madness, been out all night, and you were still able to function. Now, I regret that I was a lose.
Do you get so alright, so when you was in your relationship, right? Did you get post-nut clarity then?
Hell no.
Did you not?
No.
Not at all?
Not at all.
Not in the slightest?
Yeah,
Not
in the
the
wrong
slightest.
relationship.
Not in the slightest.
So it's only with the wrong person
The
that
wrong
you...
person, yeah.
Okay.
Gabs,
Having post nut clarity in a relationship is wild. How do you sleep with somebody that you call your girlfriend or you love, and then you're like, that's crazy. What?
Gabs used to see I used to move. We used to go raving. The man them +1.
So what's your, alright, Gabriel, so what's your post-nut
Holiday
clarity like?
plus
What's
what?
your... We'll go, alright, so what... Alright, so you spend an evening with a fine lady. Now you're on your way home. Does that, like, what are the thoughts going through here? Like,
I think I'll tell you what it is for me is that more time we both know what we're doing. We're just biding time. So until she kind of finds someone better, and I maybe kind of find someone better, we both know that this isn't really going anywhere. Or maybe she thinks maybe she can persuade him, or maybe sometimes the other way around. I know people have been in situations where they want the girl as their girl, and the girl's like, hell no. So it's not always a case of where it's the man that wants her and she doesn't want him. Sometimes it's the other way around. You know, and I think.
It's definitely been the other way around with me. The thing that really stopped me, that really slowed me down, was the, what do you call it, PNC, the post nut clarity, when I thought to myself, like, yo, what if the condom broke and I got this girl pregnant? And I just imagined my reality. I'm like, dude, I'd jump off a bridge. Now, I'm being dramatic. I would stay and raise that child. But again, I would like despise to have this girl as a mom simply because she does not have motherly qualities or wife qualities. And I just thought about that for a second. And I'm like, yo, you're literally playing like Russian roulette with like the next 18 years raising a kid with like having half of your DNA with her DNA. And oh God, I was like, that really like was the wake up call for me. And I was like, yeah, I gotta stop this. This is done. This is dead.
The reality is that our carnal nature takes over sometimes. We look at someone and you think they're buff, and some people like sex in it. Sometimes you've had a bad day, and sometimes it's a good form of release, and you find whoever's around you to do that with safely. And I think for me now at my age now, the post-nut clarity is before I even nut. Well, but as soon as you send that message and it's like, okay, when you coming around? The moment she says she's coming, you're like, oh shit, she's coming. It sounds bad.
No, I relate to that heavy, bro. And again, this was like maybe like 3-4 years ago. I would be like going through the process, right, of just talking to a girl, maybe trying to sleep with a girl, right? And I'd be like completely into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like talking to her, trying to get this, like having that chemistry or whatever. But once it came time to like the deed, I was no longer interested. And I used to get so pissed at myself because I'm like, bro, you did all of this work. Like you did all of this for what? Just to not? And then it was something that I had to look within myself. And the whole reason why I was doing it was I just wanted to see if I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to see if I could get to that point. And then once it's confirmed, like I could get to that point, then I'm like, I'm good on it. And it was like, I used to battle with myself on that for so much because it's like in the moment, you're like, yeah, like you're doing all these things and you're talking to her and you're dealing with a bunch of little BS and you're trying to overcome and pass shit tests. And then once you get to that, like, she's like, okay, I'm like, I'm good on that. And I think that's crazy. And it was simply because I didn't like her like that. You know what I'm saying? Like she could have been pretty, but it's like I didn't like her like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Bad. But even for her, she knows that it's no good to her. Like, so it's both we both know we're just doing this to buy time. I think it gets to a point where responsibility is the key. And, you know, I was with one of my mates yesterday actually, he's come to do some work for me. And we're just talking in general, and it's like, he's in the best position he is now. He's married. With kids, he's like, don't get me wrong, he has the urges sometimes to kick out and step out, like most people do. But it's good to be at home, man. Like, what more we chase? Like, I don't know, man. At this age, like, you can't come and tell me you can't tell me the girls you're smashing and I'm gonna get excited. Like, we've been doing this for 20 years now. Like, we've done sisters, mums and daughters. Like, what more's left to do? Friends of friends.
This is we.
You're involved as well. Don't try and don't try to change the narrative.
And that's another thing that we really don't talk about. It's like, bro, he said he's been doing this for 20 years. But and you got to understand, who is the character that you're building in that 20 years, right? Cuz guys, if you're trying to build a rotation, you guys already know who you have to be to make that happen, right? This isn't something that's like I would call building relationship skills. You're learning how to maneuver. You will put up with things for a 304 that you would never put up with a woman that you're taking serious. You know what I'm saying? And so because you don't take her serious, you're like, ah. But what you don't realize you're doing is you're creating these habits. And so let's say you do meet a good girl, right? You meet her, you're like, oh my God, this is great. You have no training on forming relationships. The only thing you know how to do is lead up to smash, build attraction and smash. It's like when you're coming to like actual communication, emotional intelligence, right? These are the things that conflict resolution skills, or these are the things that you haven't been practicing for the past 20 years. So like the worst thing is finding a woman who you're not even ready for because you've been in player mode this whole time and that's all you know. And you don't even know what it's like to be in boyfriend mode or in husband mode because you weren't working on those skills.
I'm not involved.
You're
I'm
involved,
just
bro.
asking
No,
who's
it's
weak.
okay. You're part of we.
I'm just asking who's weak.
The Leo conglomerate, or whatever it is.
I want to buy your
All right.
house.
Okay. Anyways. So yeah, guys, that was that video. I think that's something that's like a real wake up call is like, if you're a guy who really wants a family, it's like, bro, especially if you're in your mid, late 20s, it's like, you got to start like now. And again, dating intentionally for marriage is completely different than dating or talking to hoes, right? It's completely different. And so it's more so what most guys' dating strategy is simply this: I'm going to deal with a bunch of 304s until I find that good girl, and then I'm going to lock her down and get married. And it's like, bro, that's and again, I hate to say it like this, but it's like that's the like one of the worst strategies because there's so many things you're dealing with. 304s, bro. 304s are not builders. A lot of them are destroyers. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of guys out here are ruthless and cold-hearted because you've been dealing with 304s, and that's the type of person you have to be. But it's like when you're dating for a long term, when you're dating for a relationship, you're dating for marriage, when you talk to a 304, you got to ice her immediately. But most guys are like, yeah, I'll keep her on the side. I'll keep her on the side. And it's like, that's exactly how dudes be having baby mamas, and the baby mamas be acting crazy or doing some wild stuff. And they're like, and the first thing that people think about is like, bro, why did you put a baby in her? Same thing for these women who have children with bums. We're like, why are you sleeping with a bum in the first place? Again, because everybody's deploying that strategy. And guess what happens? Oops. So listen, man, that I really enjoyed that video. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace out.